The remote is going to be in the off position. I'm going to turn it to on here, to switch it on. And then I'm going to take my thumb and I'm going to hold this down to start. So the screen is going to say wait to start. As soon as as soon as that goes away, I can let go. And then I can start using the remote at this point. Because now it says my remote is on. The box is recognizing my remote.
But okay. We're in a building doing this.
Okay.
We can't see this. Do that part first. We out here. We get this set up.
Yeah.
We go in this building. We're around the corner.
Yeah.
How do I know by holding this in my hand that I'm connected to this? Is there any way?
Well, because when you press the start, it's either going to start or not.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
If I lose if this loses contact,
It shuts
with this,
down.
does it- okay.
Yeah. So
now I'm gonna go ahead and start the thing. So I can control everything from this remote. I can cut my water on and off. As you can see, I'm gonna cut my water on. And now I can press up and press down with the remote.
So each time you press the button, it'll go to one input.
It goes one. What you don't want to do is try to raise this straight to 4,000 psi by keep pressing the button. It's gonna think something's wrong. It's gonna kill it. It's just gonna kill it.
So press it, let it get there, press it again.
Right.
Give it a few seconds.
Right.
Not being here, you're not gonna know exactly what the pressure, but just give it a few seconds.
Right. So I can go up another second if I want.
And I can't override the engine with this thing.
No.
And then if you want to go down,
If I want to go down, just press down.
press down. And if you hold it down, it'll go all the way down to 0.
It goes all the way down to idle.
How do you kill the water?
Cut the water. You got water on, water off? We'll cut the water off.
So if the issue happens, hit that button.
Yeah, and if you hit the water off, it'll idle down as well.
It's pretty simple.
And if you get in a real panic,
That
Get
kills
rid
it
of
all.
Yes, sir.
kills it all. And then you've got to come back here and reset everything.
But what you want to make sure at the end of the day you're going home, you want to make sure that this is off. Because if you leave this on, leave it on overnight or over the weekend, it'll drain your battery. Even though this is off, it'll still drain your battery.
Actually, Mark, that's on
big
A.
battery.
That's on A, so that'll drain the battery too.
Right, but even if this is on O, and you got this still on, this would drain your main battery.
Now how will it do that?
It's trying to pick up a signal.
It's trying to pick up a signal from the box. The box is trying to draw a signal, but the wires is trying to draw a signal, but the box is not reading anything. So you always want to make sure that cut that off at the end of the day.
It's like this is a radio and this is a receiver.
Right, exactly. And
What about the batteries in there? While you talking about that?
AA batteries?
Okay.
Single AA batteries. Now, every time you change the batteries, you're gonna have to sync the remote back to the. You're gonna have to connect the remote back to the panel. So just go through the same steps I just went through.
Flip.
Flip up.
Make that on.
Yeah, make sure that's up.
And push this.
Where you want to turn that to on. Yep. Then pull that down with your thumb.
Just hold it. You gotta have that on. Right, we're
Yeah,
gonna
start over.
Well, this is not connected to that right now. So
Right
I
now,
come make sure.
because right
this
now
is-
it says radio. It don't have anything on it.
Okay, then I come here. Put this on.
Mm-hmm.
Hold that down
Mm-hmm.
till it.
It says wait to start. All right. The radio's on. Now you can crank it.
So now we would know that we were connected and we could go to where we were going to be working at.
Right.
Start the machine or whatever.
Right. Now, let's say that at some point, now what you don't want to do with these machines, let's say your battery dies. You don't want to jump it. But you end up frying something in there. So you don't want to use jumping cables to try to jump it. You want to take the battery loose, you want to get it charged, or put a new battery in there or something. You don't want to jump it.
We run the battery down, we get the job, we're done with the job pretty much. For some reason we get off in Atlanta somewhere to a job and our battery is dead, we gotta.
Well, one, the battery shouldn't be dead.
Right.
Because the engine, you still got an alternator in there that's charging your battery.
Right.
When you're running the machine. But if your battery's dead, then either
We
your
left
battery,
the switch on or
either
something.
you left something on or your battery's just not holding the charge anymore.
But we can't jump it. We have to.
Yeah, you can't jump it.
We have to take the battery cables loose, charge it.
Right. Now, if that happens,
Can you not jump it with another battery and the other whatever you got it hooked to just not running? I mean, like a jump box.
I don't know. I'll definitely find that out.
I know if you hook it to another vehicle or something.
Yeah, that's what you don't want to do. But let's say that does happen. You get a new battery on there, and you ready to start working. Well, you're gonna have to reprogram. You're gonna have to recalibrate everything. Because at that point, everything it's lost its memory. Everything is uncalibrated at this point.
And you're talking about your 4 presets.
Well, no, I'm talking about the whole box.
Oh.
It doesn't recognize how far to go up and down with the water actuator, how far to go up and down with the throttle. It doesn't know how. It doesn't remember any of that at this point.
You might as well clear that sucker out and show us how to
Right.
do that.
So what you'll have to do is you have to take these 5 screws up. Take this cover off. Right on the back side, you can see it from right here. See that little gray plug?
Yep, it says G20 on this side of the wires going to that plug.
Yeah. So what you want to do is you want to take this off. You want to unplug that, right? Take your key and you want to turn it to the on position. Don't crank it or anything. Just turn it on. Then you want to once it lights up and everything, you want to cut it back off. Take that plug it back up. Once that plugs back up, you want to come back over here, turn this to the on position. Let everything light up. Then you want to hit this next button until you get to this screen that says set clock, configure, contrast. Configure, contrast, and all that. So you want to go down to configure, hit enter. It's going to ask you for a password. Password is going to be 4321. So I'm with 4, 3, 2, 1, enter. So it's gonna bring me to the screen where it says hydraulic temperature and all that. The main thing what you have to have happen, see where it says J1939? That always need to say enable. And your throttle always needs to be manual, and your water always needs to be electric. Sometimes those get out of sync or get out of whack, and it changes. But you want to make sure all 3 of those says enable, manual, and electric.
That book over there tells all this same stuff, right?
No, I don't think that book does. But we can definitely. You can always call me. We can definitely walk through it. But it's really simple. Just come and then next thing you want to do, you want to come down. Only thing, with you having a Tier 4, the only thing you have to calibrate is your water. The engine should be already up on manual. It should be no higher than like 1, 2, 3. 3, 4 should be the max that goes up right here in this number. So you want to come down to water. You want your water say electric, and then you want to move over to calibrate. In this box right here where it says water, the number should be up around about 6 something, maybe up to like 8 if you need to calibrate. But it'll only have one of these in here. It'll either say max calibrated or min calibrated. Either way, when you're gonna come over here, you're gonna hold the up button or you're gonna hold the down button. These numbers they're gonna go all the way up, and then they're gonna go all the way down. You're gonna be able to hit this actuator, go up and come down. Once it go all the way up, then come back down, then it's gonna pop up. It's gonna say max calibrated or min calibrated. So then you're gonna have both of these in there.
Yeah, but I still don't understand how I'm gonna get that number.
How you gonna get what number?
How do I know what the number is?
Well, right now the number's at 636, right? Let's say I need to calibrate this. This number is gonna probably be around 6 something anyway, 6 to 800, right?
And what is that number?
It's just a number to tell the box how far up and down to come. I mean, tell the.
It's not
actuator.
pressure. It's not
No.
RPM. It's not
No.
nothing.
No.
It's just like a computer
It's a range
program.
Yeah, it's a range. That's exactly what it is.
So I ain't got to manually put that number in.
No.
It's gonna find its spot.
It's gonna find its spot
Okay.
on its own.
I got you. I understand that.
So you're just gonna hit up, hold up, let the actuator come all the way up. The number's gonna go all the way up to like probably like 2,000 or 4,000. Then it's gonna come all the way back down to like 6 something.
By itself.
By itself.
While I'm holding
While you holding that up or down button, it's gonna go up. Then it's gonna come back
When
down.
it goes up and then it stops, then I mash the down button.
No, you won't have to mash that. Just keep holding it,
Okay.
and it'll come back down by itself. Then it'll pop up, and then the next thing you do, the most important thing, you want to save everything. So you hit this door button. If you don't hit the door button, then it didn't save nothing. You did it. You just did it, but it didn't
You just
save.
went through the motions.
You just went through the motions. So you want to hit this door button. It's gonna bring you back to the main screen, and then cut it off. Give it about 5 seconds, and then cut it back on, and you should be ready to go.
So what saved it? Mashing that button?
Mashing that door button.
Saved it.
It saved everything.
You understand that?
Yeah, but for now.
We'll do it. I'll take the panel off and unplug it. We're about there kicking rocks trying to figure this out.
So configure, right?
Configure that.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Yep.
Did that backwards.
Yep. Hit enter. So we're gonna bring you to that screen.
You said the J1939, right?
Yeah. You want to make sure that says enable.
Right.
Then you want your throttle. Where it says throttle, you want that to say
Right.
manual.
Water is
Then
electric.
Water is electric.
And so I'm over on the calibrate, right?
Right, but you're on throttle calibrate. You're not gonna do anything with your throttle.
We want the water.
Right.
Select it. Okay, there we
The
go.
throttle calibrator is already calibrated to the
Right.
motor because it's familiar with it.
Right.
But it's not
But
familiar
it's
with
not
it.
familiar with the water.
So that's basically an add-on to
Right.
the unit.
So then I would just hold this up until it went through the range from
Mhm.
high to low.
Yep.
And then once it did all that,
Yep.
it would end up back at 6 something.
Yep. Back right there, and it'll have both of that. It says max calibrated, min calibrated.
Okay.
And both of that will be in that box.
Mash the door.
And then you mash the door,
We're back at the
and then
main.
you back at the main. So then you cut it off, kind of cut it off, and give it about 5 seconds.
Right.
To kind of think about it, and then you're ready to go at that point.
And this is after we've unplugged this.
Yes. After.
Which I can get to that one right here.
Yeah.
So the reason why are we replugging it? Why don't we just reset it without unplugging it?
Well, you want to completely reset the brain of the box.
Okay.
And the only way to completely reset the brain of the box is to unplug that plug that's getting information from the engine.
Okay.
That's not the power supply to the box. That's
No, that's not the power supply. The power supplies comes from the main harnesses, which is these big plugs on the back of this box.
All right. Well, how do you set the
pressure
The
ranges.
The pressure ranges.
Preset.
So you come in here, and you hit the nuts,
and the first one we got basically idle,
right?
and that's under 1,000 psi.
Right. Now, yeah, under 1,000 psi. If your idle is more than 1050 at idle, if your RPMs is more than 1050 at idle, it won't even let you cut your water on.
Right.
Because it's saying that hey, you got it's turning too fast for me to even let you cut your water on.
Right.
So I'm not gonna let you cut it on. It won't do anything for you.
It'd be more like of a jar when it kind of, I guess.
Pretty much, yeah. And it's not gonna allow you to do it. So you're gonna have to, at that point, if it's somehow it got out of whack. Let's just say, for whatever reason, you come to a job, you're ready to go to a job that day, and for some reason it won't cut your water on. The engine RPMs is over. It's like 1,100 RPM. You go over here, it'll let you crank it up, but it will not let you cut the water on. You'll hit that button all day and it won't do that. So you just come back over here. At that point, just go to that plug, you got to recalibrate. some reason it just got out of the way.
How often does that happen regularly?
No, it doesn't happen that way.
But you don't have to do anything as far as that goes because it'll reset itself whenever you unplug and plug it back up.
Well,
Back
no.
to the-
Well, you have to go in and do the calibration though, like you just did.
But not for the engine RPM though.
Not for the engine RPM,
Okay.
but for the water. You have to, because you still got to calibrate your water.
Right. But I was just asking what if you unplug it because the RPM is off, it'll fix itself by unplugging it.
Most of the time, yes. If it doesn't, then we got a
Yeah,
bigger
so-
issue.